Anyway, let's get on to Meccano. As Graham said, I started when I was a kid. Now, Meccano started by a very, very enterprising individual, I suppose, in England in 1901. So it's a very old hobby. A chap called Frank Hornby. And he was way ahead of his time. He developed this Meccano sets, tiny little construction sets, and he built them up over the years. It became the toy that anybody had to have in the British Empire for many years. Capture his market and keep it sustained over a long period of time. He started off with a very small set for a 6-year-old, or round about that day. So this is a small set. It's called a Meccano set number 00. And he made pretty certain that you could convert this to the next set by buying a conversion set. But he captured them by ensuring that every Christmas or every birthday you nagged your parents for the next set up. And in that way he captured his Meccano set. The pieces here are sewn on by hand onto a board. Okay, which is very clever and made the set very presentable, nice and attractive in a shop window. But you can imagine the labour required to do. Even here, the bits are sewn in, and they had these hundreds of ladies sewing up Meccano sets to make them beautifully presentable. Number 9A set, which would convert your number 9 set, if you got that far, to a number 10 set. And this particular set is from 1955, and it looks identical to the day that it was produced. And unfortunately, around about 1960, other toys became apparent, became on the market. Lego was one. And they thought, well, look, we can do much better than Meccano. We'll make everything out of plastic. We won't go for this expensive machining and expensive sewing on of parts and portraying these beautiful things. We'll just sell everything in lump bags of plastic, all the different parts, etc. And Meccano just didn't have the, I don't know what it was, the foresight at the time to realize they didn't move on as they should have. They didn't realize that times are changing. You have to move with the times. In fact, you have to be ahead of the times. You have to know what's coming over the horizon and things like that. You cannot stand still because you will simply die. And that's what happened with Meccano. They just did not move on with their times. He encouraged the formation of Meccano clubs. And you've got a little badge saying you're a member of the Meccano Guild or such and such a place in England or in South Africa. And he encouraged that so they could meet and boast about their models and things like that. So he was very, very strong in the marketing side of things. But all that gradually began to decline, as I said. And all these other products like Lego, etc., became on the market. You can do almost anything. Look at these things. Here is a model of a steam locomotive with an electric motor. It drives, it runs on rails, etc. Here is a three-speed and reverse synchromesh gearbox. You can make all these sorts of things with Meccano. Beautiful. This runs battery with a motor that drives. All wonderful things you can make. Differential for a 4x4 vehicle. All the differential gears works perfectly, etc. Exactly as you'd see. Model of a car. I'll put it on its side for anybody who wants to look at it. It has everything you'd find in a car. 3-speed reverse gearbox, differential, steering, the motor is in here, in the bonnet, everything out of Meccano. It's wonderful to be able to do these things. And this is one of my many models that I've recently made. It's called a Snowcat. I don't know if you remember what a Snowcat is. In 1955, the Commonwealth set up the British Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic Expedition, which was a plan to cross the Antarctic from one end to the other via the South Pole in both directions, one lot coming from the other direction and the other, and they would meet at the South Pole and continue. So, took a picture of the original model and I said, that's what I want to build, and that's what I built. When I joined Meccano in 1993, there were about 3,000 members worldwide. Most of them within the UK, about 2,000 members. So it's a sunset hobby. When I joined, we had 200 members in South Africa in 1993. We have still a Meccano club, but we only have 50 members left. They've slowly passed on. This is a hobby, unfortunately, from a bygone era. And it's sad in a way, but gives us a hell of a lot of pleasure while it still can. And that's my advice to any of you. Please, to extend your mental longevity, you must have something that you are passionate about. And that's what I'll end.
Fantastic, very good.
Thank you.